How you guys and girls doing today? Blackboard Gamer here. In this video, I'm bringing y'all a quick Overwatch guide on situational awareness. Let's do it.
Young Savage, why you trapping so hard? Why these niggas capping so hard? Why you got a 12-car garage? Why you pulling out?
How you guys and girls doing today? And like I always say, I appreciate every single one of y'all that's stopping my videos. Y'all are subscribers and viewers. Y'all are truly family, and I really appreciate it and love y'all. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe and like. With that being said, let's get straight into this guide. Okay, so right now, just, quick disclaimer, I'm not using my footage. I'm actually using Shader 2K's footage. She's on his Smurf account right now. And I'm going to show y'all, some people have been asking me lately, like, what's the difference? Or, like, why can't they rank up? And I always say that, like, the people who rank up and the difference between, like, grandmasters and masters aren't the big things that you think they are. There aren't, like, accuracy. Like, even as Genjis or, like, for example, Shader 2K, even he'll have like a accuracy of like 20% sometimes, or like, even he gets picked off. Like, it isn't the big thing, it's just a small thing, like situational awareness. So I'm going to show y'all a couple of instances in this video that he does that like some people don't even think about, which he does, which actually saves his life a couple of times. And like, just gets him out of sticky situations. So let's start with the first one. Okay, y'all, so the very first example I want to give y'all is about to come up in a couple of seconds. Now, like I said, these are things that you probably don't even notice that the pros do that makes them so good. So here we go. All right, just shooting in and out. Sees that the health pack is there, right? Sees the health pack is there, right? Goes back to the healers right here. You see that? You see that right there? Like, that was only a couple of seconds, but watch what Shatter does. You see, what he did right there is he literally went into Winston's bubble on purpose. Now, once again, like I said, that situational awareness, knowing that Winston's bubble right there, and it's like a whole mental thing when it comes to barriers, sometimes thinking you can't get past it when you can really walk right by it. Instead of going to get that health pack, he went back to the team fight, because normally, like, my first reaction when I would have probably went to go get that health pack and didn't fight with the team. Somebody could have got picked off because of my lack of DPS. But what he did, he went back to the team fight, risked it, the Mercy healed him, then he went into the Winston bubble. Here's another great example right here. Winston's in the back line. You see what he does right there? Instead of going and fighting him and fighting the other Genji, he decides to go back with the team. That right there could have saved them, even though the soldier got a pick on the Winston, and they were just fine holding the point off. He also probably figured that the Genji was going to come back anyway, but instead decided just to leave him alone. What would most people do? They most likely try to go after him. This is another amazing play by Shatter right here, y'all. Watch this. They initiate. See that? Y'all, that was absolutely crazy. Instead of absolutely just going after her as soon as he pulls his sword out, which most people probably expect you to do, instead he decides to deflect first, knowing that she's most likely going to have her sleep dart available, and that when she saw him dash up in the air, she knew that Dragon Blade was coming. So he decided to go ahead and go after her first, and deflect her first, and then go in for the kill. You never know. She could have slept him. He could have died, and then the enemy team could have had one up on the advantage because they would have became more aggressive. Here's another good example coming up right now, y'all. So as you clearly see, he dashes back toward the team. He gets nano boosted right here. Instead of freaking out and just deciding to sit there, he actually goes in because he knows that he does a lot more damage when he's nano boosted. And look at the potential. Look at everything he just did. He literally just cleared out their whole team. Not only that, he knows he's going to be building ult charge. Another good example is right here, y'all. As you can clearly see. Now watch this. Soldier. Everybody else is out in the open. Zarya ults. I was thinking she was freaking out. See how he goes behind the corner once again? Now, y'all, what he was doing right there is he knew that the soldier, now this might sound simple, to other people who like to pay attention. Now watch this, watch this. He knew soldier was going to come out looking for him because of his low health. Y'all, like, what most people don't realize right there is that, like, you probably would have just left him alone and just ran away, but he knew that either Zarya was going to graviton, and he knew he was going to have to hide so he wouldn't get auto locked because it's an aimbot. Once again, like I said, these are all things that you don't even think about, but the pros know it. And it's like, watch this, another great example right here. Now he already knows that he could go after Anna. She was going to do her sleep dart. He got out the way for that. Once again, staggering. He already knows there's three people right there. They're staggered, and that's the point. Y'all, he's amazing. Another great example right here, y'all. Picking your fights. He already knew it was 1v1 with him against Sombra, but he knew because of her health pool. And even though, look, as you can clearly see, the team, his team is clearly cleared off everybody else on the enemy team. But he decides to go back and let them know that he needs healing, which I want to do talk about in a separate video. But like, you know, he lets them know he needs healing. He's gonna fall back and not try to pressure and try to go after her, thinking that he's gonna, you know, get a skill, and then he gets picked off and has to come back because then he'll have negative spawn advantage. Once again, another great move, y'all. He comes in right here for ult charge. He already knows he's gonna get it. He decides to come in, doesn't even need it, but he just knows that Zarya, whenever a Zarya or Gravitons, is a chance for everybody not to only team wipe but build your ultimates if you don't already have them. Okay, now I want y'all to watch this right here. After deflecting the fire strike, look what he does right here. How he rides the wall and comes down with the shuriken. Y'all, that's another simple thing that you probably don't know. Like, you know, if you're just trying to practice, trying to get better with Genji, like using the walls and using, you know, your ability, your cyber ability is like one of the most crucial things you can do. And being able to slide and not even having to climb on top of roofs and things like that you can stay on. Just using roofs that you can slide on is enough right there. So y'all, these were just like a couple of things that I wanted to show y'all. Like, it all comes down to situational awareness. And like, you know, when I was looking all over and I had these questions too, and I would always ask myself, like, you know, what's the problem? Like, what makes me different, like, you know, than everybody else? Because, you know, you look at all these videos and these guides and they all tell you that, you know, that you need to improve your accuracy. Like, you know, there's always room for improvement in every aspect of the game. But, you know, there are little things that happen. Like I said, one of the most, I think, biggest things in this video that I had to show y'all was that that Winston, you know, when he went to that bubble instead of, like, and coming back with the team instead of getting that health pack. Like, little things like that, y'all. Just situational awareness just will absolutely dominate. And there's these things that the pros know. And the reason why they don't, you know, and you hear about it and it's like, what are they doing that just makes them stand out? But they don't talk about it because some people get mad. But the thing is, like, they're such a high level. Like, you know, you look at Shadow, you look at Seagull, look at all these people, they do things you don't even recognize unless you're trying to get into, like, that's the equivalent of, like, you know, you trying to get into a fighting game and then trying to look up frames. Like, most people don't even go into it that depth, but like, the thing about it, if you want to get to these high levels, that's the things you got to look out for. Little miniature things like that make the game, because you never know. Like, let's say for that instance, he didn't go inside the Winston shield, or let's say he just had to go for the health pack. Then that person that was attacking him could have easily tried to pick him off on purpose. He would have got picked and that would have been a lost team fight. Let's say that other time he decided just to try to go, you know, savage and try to kill that Sombra. He would have lost that fight. He would have been picked and had spawn disadvantage. Like, you know, let's say that he would have just tried to ult when he saw that soldier ult to freak out, and then the soldier would have been the Graviton, but instead of him hiding behind the corner to let the soldier's ult run out, he would have just got instantly mowed down because even though he was in the Graviton, he was still nanoed. Like, all these things, like, come into play when trying to get better at the game. And like I said, situational awareness is probably one of the most important things you can try to master, because if you master these kind of things, this is what separates the bronze from the grandmaster. Like, aim, yes, kills, yes, but when it comes down to it, it's all that with a lot of practice and situational awareness. Let me know what y'all thought of this video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. BBG out. Let's get Wiz Khalifa.